Congratulations, first of all. 40 aquariums in here at last count?
Yeah, roughly, yeah. Here he is. It's cool better.
Yeah, I love this. This one and this one are probably my two favourites.
It's really cool, aren't they? Like,
They're really cool. It's really great to see you spending so much time and effort looking after the fish, mate. You're keeping them for the long term.
Timmy!
Hi everyone, welcome to a new vlog with Matt Damon Fish Tanks.
Matt Damon Fish Tanks.
Matt Damon.
Thanks for inviting me, mate.
No problem.
This is our third video together.
Yes. Yeah.
You've grown considerably in terms of the size of your establishment. Mark actually can't get more than a metre away from me because we are literally attached to each other.
It's like synchronised walking.
It's really great to see you do so well and produce such beautiful aquariums in such a beautiful setting, although we have made a mess today.
There's a massive mess. We just nearly finished the tank.
We'll show them that at the end, and then you'll do a full build video at some point in the future.
I'm going to let it grow in a little bit just so it does it full justice. So in a couple of weeks' time, maybe 3 weeks, I'll just wait till it looks its peak, and then I'll just, well, not peak, but like really good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, let me shut that curtain.
Yeah, it's pretty bright, isn't it?
Very so.
Do you heat the whole place rather than each individual tank?
Yeah,
Is that right.
So that big manta ray up there,
Oh wow.
that is
Air conditioning unit,
yeah,
plus heater.
and humidifier.
Wow, that's pretty
So
special.
yeah, because it's all, most of the tanks that are well, nearly all of them are open top actually. And yeah, let me shut the door because we're getting some wind.
Suddenly turned into summer.
I know, it's actually hot, isn't it?
Yeah.
We opened the door because we're getting too hot in the studio, and I've got it set to like 23, 24.
Nice.
So yeah.
So you've got about 40 aquariums in here at last count?
Yeah, roughly, yeah. Yeah.
Let's just have a quick wander around, shall we?
Okay, which way shall we
Let's
go?
start off with the biggest. So this is an 8-foot South American style?
Yeah, with some additions that are non-South American, you know, like plant-wise, just the odd thing, but most of them are all South American plants and fish. Some, again, the odd fish that isn't, just because I felt like they were lonely or something, and I wanted them to go with the group.
But very dominant with South American stuff.
Yeah.
How long did this take to set up?
Not too long. You know what it's like now. It's longer than most because it's up and down a ladder.
Okay.
But a couple of days.
Okay.
But to get to this stage where we're at now with the full growth, because everything was down lower than the wood, is about a month and a half. It's been growing in now with CO2. It's the only tank in the whole studio with CO2.
Okay.
Because it's my showpiece one. You know, I wanted to do
results.
the absolute best. Yeah.
And you use the citric acid.
Yes.
Show us that quickly.
So we've got Fluval FX6s, two, one each side, and we've got the citric acid super Colombo CO2 system. There's one up there, but yeah, we've got two of those, the same setup either side.
Okay.
There's also an inline UV filter as well.
Oh, okay.
From Fluval. I'm not sure if it was needed, but I had it, so stick it on.
They sent you one. But the FX6s are big and powerful, aren't they?
Oh yeah, very, very.
And that was the volume
of the tank.
Yeah. 1,000 litres?
It's basically 1,000 with the filters.
Yeah, so what about 250 gallons or so? US gallons?
Yes, if you say so.
Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the fish. Beautiful. These angels are nice.
Yeah, I had them all since they were little babies as well.
Oh.
Not my babies, but you know, I've grown them in.
Yeah,
and
nice.
same with the keyhole cichlids, they were tiny. Because you know what it's like, you go to the shop wanting what you want and they don't know what's coming in size wise, so the shipment came in and it was all small ones. Okay, fair enough, let's grow them, you know. I started them all off in smaller tanks as well, so I didn't just go straight to this.
Yeah, it's nice to see it have a fish from baby to adulthood, isn't it?
Yeah.
See it develop and it's kind of in your care. And
I've always said if I get a koi pond, I will make sure I get like relatively small ones to start with, to watch them all sort of grow in. So we've got the Red Devils, and then I think these are just like, they're not obviously Ultums, but they're like a Pinoy, but not.
They're like a Rio Nane, the, oh God, I forget the name, I'm too tired. It's been a long day.
You got here late? No, you didn't.
It was bang on 9, mate.
It was,
I couldn't find you though. I should have known with all the hardscape outside the place. A bit of a giveaway in hindsight. Yeah. That's beautiful, mate. Congratulations. We'll move around because we've got quite a lot to do. I like this one, minimalist.
Yeah.
Zero maintenance.
Runs itself, you know.
Yeah. It's almost as if there's nothing in it.
No, there's a story just before George arrived, a few days before I went to Belgium, just come back from Belgium doing a show out, doing a workshop out there. And it was a little bit of thread algae that I knew a little bit of a glutaraldehyde would get rid of. I accidentally splooshed too much and was like, I've got to go, that's fine. There's no livestock in there at the time anyway, because I've moved all the shrimp over to one you'll see. And I was like, yeah, that'll be fine. And I come back and everything was melted and gone. It was just way too much for that volume of water.
Yeah, it was so small. It was what, 15 litres, 20 litres?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, these are nice.
And yeah, these are my electric blue. They're a breeding pair. I've put them in their tank on their own so that they can breed and we can get loads and loads of babies, because I've got 3 babies that have survived from them and I've moved to smaller tanks.
Right.
And I'm hoping to get more because they're one of my favourite fish.
Yeah, they are lovely. And, I've never kept these before.
Yeah, they're good. They're personable. You know, any cichlid is, isn't it? So,
and obviously plant safe.
Yeah, pretty good. They will tug at Anubias, but it's more to rearrange it than eat it.
Right. Okay.
So you've got to make sure they're like right in or glued on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They don't eat it though, that's for sure.
What is this? What aquarium is this then?
This is like generic 60 centimetre.
Okay.
And then it's got the Superfish light on it.
Yeah.
Superfish inlet and outlet, and I think it's got a Biomaster. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Biomaster. That's an inline heater from when I didn't used to heat the room back in the sheds, but I couldn't be bothered to repipe it, so it's just not on.
Yeah.
And then the cabinet I made myself a long time ago.
Yeah, that's good.
This is the cabinet when you first came, and it had in a kitchen with the reef. Well,
yes,
the first reef
I
one.
remember it. Yeah, that was like 5 years ago.
Because I couldn't really afford anything back then, so I had to try and make it all myself. Yeah. And it looks pretty good. I mean, from a front on, but cool. Yeah.
I love this. This one and this one are probably my 2 favourites in terms of the scaping. I think they're really nice.
So I was trying to create like a deep, cavey sort of like feeling.
Yeah.
And they're like an Endler guppy mix of fish. Again, all of these were bred by me, and they're breeding again now. It's not difficult, is it? Because it's live bearers are easy, but they see loads of babies dotted around, and I just let the population sort of control itself, and the strongest ones survive. Otherwise, you'd have 1 million, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, again, all of these tanks I don't really do anything to. This one did get initial melt of all of the foreground plants. They all died back, but I just left them, and they're all coming back again now. I think it's because my nutrient layer is quite far down, and with them being like in vitro style, you know, the lab ones, there wasn't roots long enough to start taking up nutrients, but now it's bouncing back and it's all coming back in again.
Okay.
So
talk about your substrate system quickly. How do you do that?
Yeah, if you come to the side you can see. I mean, it shows there the roots growing in it, how it works. So start off at the bottom with, if you can get it, Nutri-Base, but it's basically like it's got all like the elements the plants need at the bottom, but I use it to sort of bump it up a bit. And then on top of that is a darker layer, which is pond compost. It's like regular compost, but they've just floated off like the real floaty organics, which means you're left with the stuff that would sink, which means that it's not as nutrient dense. So if any gets in the water column, not a problem, but you can see I cap over the whole top of it with sand and then some decorative gravel on top. And it just locks everything down. And then the compost sort of breaks down over time and is releasing CO2. Like in minimal amounts, but any amounts is good.
Yeah, and that feeds the plant roots obviously as well. Yeah, I like it. So that's like pretty much a hybrid Walstad style.
I guess. I sort of just, because I didn't want to have, like, I don't even normally go this high with my substrate at the front really, but I didn't want to have.
You need to go this high.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, I want to see that next time.
Like, who wants that in our tank? Like, this is a blackwater tank. There is fish.
This is nice.
There is fish. So. There's green neons, but to start with, they're all out in the open.
I can see them out in the back right there.
Yeah, and they're so comfortable back there, and that's what they would do in the wild, isn't it? They hang around that. But I'm going to get some new fish soon to hopefully as a diver fish to bring them out.
Yeah, nice.
But they can be the most shy fish.
I really like the, this is the water lettuce, isn't it? Yeah. Pistia stratoides, whatever it's called.
It's like the mini version, but it gets massive over time anyway, but like much slower.
I love the way the roots dangle down. Almost add a whole aesthetic on its own.
It gives it a natural look instantly. And the good thing is it grows so fast. If I want to do that in something else, I can put it in. It helps with clearing the water and everything like that.
That's the real benefit to having so many tanks. You've got so much opportunity to transfer one thing to another and kind of continually evolve everything. Can't you?
That's the reason I started getting more and more before I started filming, everything. The real reason was because I wanted to be able to, like, I need to trim the tank, but I don't want to get rid of the plants. I'll start a new one. And then before you know it, you've got a studio full of 40 tanks.
Yeah, it just take over, doesn't it? This is lovely. I love the hardscaping on this one and the whole sort of reedy vibe to it. I really like it. And then the threading of the hydrocotyl running through everything, it just makes it look really natural.
So originally I was going to put just one plant species, which is the dwarf sage, which is what that is, believe it or not.
The stuff in the back?
Yeah, all of it's dwarf sage.
That's Sagittarius subulata.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was going to put one in, but you know me, I was like, I just want a little bit more detail, so I put in the the Tripitati.
Yeah, Hydrocotyle Tripitati.
Japan.
That's the one. Yeah.
The Hydro Japan. And and it's supposed to be like one of those things that looks like complete natural vibe, you know, side of a riverbank or a stream, and just leave it. And that's what I've done. I've just left it. And these are cool. They're like dwarf Danios. And then these were babies from Timmy's tank, which we'll get to.
Okay.
And to start with, they're so small, I didn't know what they were, where they'd come from. But now they're getting older. We can see they're the Odessa barbs.
Yeah.
Which they change colour as they mature more. But
they get much more of a red on them, don't they?
Yeah, the males go proper red, as you'll see.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then this is a Beta tank. Where's my Beta? Where is he?
I saw him a second ago.
He was, wasn't he? He's gone back. Oh, he's just at the back here. Here he is. He's a cool Beta.
Has he got a name?
No, I don't name him.
No,
it's too risky.
Yeah. Get attached.
Yeah. Betas can be temperamental, but if you've had your Beta for a good, few months, you're pretty much going to do all right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can be temperamental when you first get them in terms of how well they do. Yeah. They're just so overbred, aren't they?
Seems very good quality.
Yeah, he seems really good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Fins look perfect. And he's right next to the females. So this is a Beta sorority. I did have 60 originally in a tank over there, and over time I just whittled it down because I was downsizing tanks. And these are the ones that have been together for such a long time. They seem to get on really, really well.
Yeah.
Some of them have got stress stripes, as some people call them, but rest assured, I'm told that is just the pattern on some of them. Like this shows all the time.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of different opinions about keeping Betas, isn't there?
Yeah.
They look healthy to me, mate.
Yeah, they're all good. And then next
to Rotalo in there, that's looking nice.
Yes,
and then this is no CO2, like you say.
No CO2. It's just so close to the light there. Yeah. This is the Superfish Start, I think it is.
Okay.
And so it's just literally that.
One light. Yeah.
It's one light. But they're so close to it, and I deliberately did that. I bought it right up to be close.
Yeah.
Just a more minimal look. And then this is the Shire. The Hobbit Shire for the shrimp.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Just tried to create something a little bit different, a bit interesting for the shrimp. They seem to be doing well. They love using the holes as well. So, because I had these little rings, and I thought, how am I going to use these? It's not really my style of what I do. And I thought, well, they look like little Hobbit houses, so that's what we'll do.
That's really cool.
And then this one set up recently. There are crystal reds in there. I lost a few of them to start with.
Yeah, they can be quite sensitive.
But now they're hiding. But there are quite a few in there. But I was going for Akadama soil.
Oh yeah.
And then a boost like showcase. So I ordered every single boost I could get.
Okay.
And then I just want that to sort of keep going. And
you've got some more boosts now, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. Right, where do we go next?
We can go here.
Oh, this is nice.
So this is the Archerfish tank. I was going to do a quick sweep of everything, but I thought, no, this is how it is.
This is how
it's got like a jungly vibe to it. They're all at the back there.
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
And they're very, very shy fish. They're so clever and smart, and they're always looking above the waterline for predators.
Yeah.
So they're always hanging back.
Do you get them spitting?
I can do, yeah. I can get them to spit now if you want, but they won't do it whilst we're stood here.
No.
So what I do is get some food, tack it to, to the glass somewhere or on a bit of wood.
Nice.
And they will spit it all down.
Cool.
But they won't do it whilst we're here.
No.
You have to sort of sit away and watch at a distance. Yeah. They're very, very smart.
Yeah, unfortunately we're on a bit of a time limit. That's why we're rushing through a bit. But they do look great. It's a lovely tank. And I don't mind seeing them on. It's part of nature.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of low-tech style. That's what happens.
Any tank that I see mulm in, we get babies.
Yeah,
because it's a hiding
food source
and hiding.
Place,
yeah. And then we've got the Mbuna.
Lovely.
Doing really well. We've actually got a mother over there that's mouth breeding right underneath the. That's her safe spot at the moment.
Wow.
She's not eating. Her mouth and jaw is huge, and she's just. She's had them for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they're still in the mouth because she keeps going back down to a rock.
Okay.
And I have seen babies as well. There was a baby the other day.
Yeah.
So, and of the same colour.
Yeah.
That had been survived for about 3 weeks, but it was right under here where none of the other fish could get, but it's not there now. So, but yeah, it's a cool one.
It's a lovely one.
Right, then we got this Superfish tank.
Jibby job.
But anyways, again, real low tech. Like you just got a couple of these lights, but grows things really well.
Yeah.
Simple little bit of mano base down there, boosters and stuff. Like works really well.
Yeah.
Shrimp are breeding. Absolutely breeding. Don't do anything to it.
No.
Again, like most of the tanks. Let's go round to the back of it.
Yeah.
We can't really show everything, can we? Because the lights are about to go off.
Yeah, okay.
We're kind of sprinting it, but at least everyone gets to see most of the stuff.
Yeah.
So this is my self-sustaining tank.
Oh, this is really interesting. So let's just move that out of the way.
So there's no filter technically. I guess there's a power head in there, but that's just got a little cartridge of carbon just to help with like clearing the water.
Yeah.
We've got a little surface skimmer.
It's good flow there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I pointed it upwards. I melted it so that it went upwards.
Oh, interesting.
So at 45 degrees.
Yeah, yeah.
And that keeps the surface nice and clean. We've got 2 of my favourite lights, which is the Luminis.
So these are a bit of a Kessil rip-off from Amazon?
Yeah, exactly, like an Amazon Kessil version, but does absolutely wonders. I mean, look at it all.
Okay, it's amazing.
So there's no CO2.
Auto top up?
Yeah, auto water top up. You can see in there. So that's the little reservoir.
Yeah.
And then you've got an auto doser as well. So that's why I call it self-sustaining, because I've not touched this tank now for well over a month.
Yeah.
Don't have to do anything. And the point of this is to give people an example of keeping fish tanks can be just a beautiful thing that sits, and you don't have to devote tons and tons of hours to, like people think. Yeah. One of the main things people say to me is they don't have a tank is because, I don't have time to clean it. Yeah. I'm like, if you set it up right, you don't need to. I don't even scrape the glass anymore. Really? Because that one's like right there. You know, this is like
perfect balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a powerful scope. I know, it's a right mess. Honestly.
We've left so much stuff about.
Look at it. It's just like devastation everywhere.
It was immaculate when you came in, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, mate.
No, that's Kate. Kate got it. Look at my wife. She does all the tide and everything after me because I'm messy as well. But yeah,
I love this.
Pearlweed carpet.
Yeah.
Again, no CO2. I started with CO2 for the first few weeks and it grew way too fast. Couldn't keep up with the trimming because you do have to keep it quite low or the bottom parts die off for lack of light.
Okay.
But these swordtails, I had like 6 when I first started and they just keep breeding.
Yeah, yeah.
So there was more black mollies. I think they've just aged because they were adults when I got them. And also the swordtails are a lot more dominant.
Yeah.
None of the black mollies babies ever survived, but all of the swordtails do.
Okay.
But then I put 2 black mollies back over in the self-sustaining. They're having babies in there now, so it's kind of like keeping it going.
Yeah, yeah. I love the stone. How much did that weigh?
I don't know, but 2 of us, me and Matt, it was difficult, really difficult, just for the angles and trying to like get it over and in without dropping it. Mate, we got there in the end.
Yeah, it looks great. It's a really good, it's a high impact Iwagumi, that's for sure. Cool, man.
Yep, and then round here is another Better Fish tank. Again, all low tech. All it's got in it is like a tiny little internal filter. Yeah. Another one of those Lumini lights, but the smaller version. And again, another sort of Kessil smaller rip-offy thing. Yeah. And then we've got our tank we've done today.
Yeah, let's give it a bit of a spray actually. For this one very quickly, shout out to Tropica for sponsoring the plants and to Dave from Aquarium Gardens for the hardscape. And yeah, we had quite good fun doing this today, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it will be a full build video on your channel in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks or so, I guess.
Once it's looking decent, like it doesn't have to be fully grown in, but once it's giving the plants some credit, because straight out the pots, they're not. Yeah. They don't look great.
Especially most of it's 1-2 grow, so they are very small at the moment. But yeah, you get the idea. Just a nice big impact, a bit of wood and some nice stone, graded gravel foreground.
Oh, we can get it filling, can't we?
Yeah. Do you want to do that now? So this is Timmy.
Timmy. Yeah, this is his little sort of swamp I wanted to do. Very, very simple. Because you know they don't like lots of light, they don't like lots of depth, but they like to go backwards and forwards. There's a musk turtle. Okay. Had him the first time you came as well, but previously I had him and he was like that big.
So he must be over 5 years old now.
Yeah, he's definitely fully grown as well, and he's still small for a musk turtle. Okay. But I picked him because he was the runt of the litter, and he was the smallest then, and he's still like the smallest thing now. But like he's super healthy and
very interactive as well, isn't he?
He's Kate's favourite, second favourite. Chunks is her favourite.
So does he come out of the? Does he come out and bask?
He can, but they don't do it that much because in the wild, they're like in pond like mud. They get right underneath the mud and stuff. But if he does bask, he does it on this nice piece here because he can come all the way through this gap. Nice. And he works his way up here when the light's on. I don't have the light on all day. Yeah. But yeah, got a nice little fogger, give it that sort of mystical vibe.
Yeah, that's really great.
And there's the Odessa barbs, you can see them, there's the males.
There's the male, yeah, so red, aren't they?
Yeah.
Amazing. We won't go through each tank.
No, you don't
too
need
much,
to.
But yeah,
this is the fish wall. So
the fish wall.
Basically, new fish go in each one. Or if I'm changing out a setup, I can put some in, and they've got a real nice place. Yeah. I've done it more sort of botanical and natural vibe. Keeps it clean for a start, but also it just looks cool. I think it looks cool. It's different to the rest of the tanks then, We've got all shrimp along here. These are, every time I get a baby fish in a tank, I catch it out and I put it in here. Yeah. So we've got lemon tetra, we've got some rubies, we've got some endlers and things like that. The rest of them have got like all different shrimp in. This is a hospital tank for this Ivana Cara. Nice. Yes, she's healing really well. The back fin had a massive gouge out of it. It was like a fungusy thing.
Okay.
But I've added some product, and she's coming back because she was nowhere near that active. That's good.
Awesome. It's really great to see you spending so much time and effort looking after the fish, mate. You really you're keeping them for the long term.
Yeah, because I used to swap stuff out as in terms of take stuff back quite often, like quite a lot. But now, like, after you've kept so many, you start to get your favourites, and then you develop a bit more of a bond than just, your standardised ones. And you're like, okay, this is now my pet, not just a pretty fish in the tank. These are my pets now. But I didn't have that connection to start with because I was a lot more about the environment and the plants and stuff, whereas now I kind of flipped it the other way, and it's more like, I like that fish, let's create something amazing for it, and I like its behaviour, it depends what it is, and Kate loves them as well now. She was never into it before, but she loves them. Like, she comes in the morning, she's like, hello little babies, you know how they talk, like
maternal instinct.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it, mate, really cool.
Yeah, and then it's more of the same. At the moment, there's not a lot in all of them, apart from my baby Akaras are here. These are the babies of the ones we showed you over there.
Yeah, beautiful.
So all 3 of them, and
amazing.
Yeah, I just like that. They'll probably stay in there for quite a while until they're of a good side.
And what do you feed the babies in general?
So when they're proper small, I don't have access to like live brine shrimp and things, so I just took any food. Crush it up. If it's a flake, I just paste it, in your fingertips, and it comes down, and it worked a treat.
Well, it's a complete food, isn't it?
Yeah. And they did it. They grew. Yeah. The rest are all empty because, like, I'm going to go to the shop soon and start stocking out with new ideas, stuff I want to do in the future. I like to have the fish for a little bit beforehand nowadays as well, just to make sure they're all good. Also, there's no rush, and I know what I'm going to be doing. I can take my time with it a little bit more.
Cool. Couple more here.
Okay, so this is like the triple, I called it, because before I did my classic thing and just covered everything in plants, the hardscape sort of merged as one.
Oh, I see.
And then I made the plants on top as well.
Like a triptych.
Yeah, and then everything went nuts, and I can't bring myself to trim it all because it looks so lovely.
It does look good, mate. Jungle vibes.
Again, no CO2s, and you're getting all the reds and stuff. I don't think CO2 is linked to red plants at all, personally. It's just light intensity.
I think I agree.
And if you can get the light intensity high enough without the algae, then you get your reds.
I love the way you've got the emergent myriophyllum there.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? That was an accident, but I'll take it. A happy accident.
Those are the best ones.
This one, you've got to show the Congos.
These are the Congo puffers.
So a female, massive female. One of them's a little bit scraggly, and it looks like he's had a internal infection, but we've treated that and it's coming back. It's definitely coming back. I lost one of them from it, but the rest are doing really well. That's really cool, aren't they?
Like, they're really cool.
Especially Bertha there, she's the big girl.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
I love you, Bertha.
Not the official name, but I do keep saying it.
Don't name them.
Then we've got the rainbow fish.
Nice.
Beautiful, look at that Bozeman.
Yeah.
And then my favourite is this one here, the Madagascar, is the absolute boss of the tank, even though it's not the biggest.
Yeah.
But it's just so dominant. There's another Bosemani as well at the back.
Yeah. But colours on this one are insane.
Yeah. And it's not even morning, George. In the morning, it's so much more, because that's their like breeding time.
Okay. Okay, Mark's just filling up the tank. So while he's doing that, I'm going to just talk through some of these little scapes at this end of the studio before I say cheerio. This is a lovely little kind of a longitudinal scape, lots of grasses, again superfish, little system, nice little jungle. Here we have, looks like a shell dweller tank.
It was. I've taken them back now because I'm going to be turning that into a shallow pond.
Okay, so this was a shell dweller, but now going to be a shallow pond. So going to drain the water down and...
Yeah, I'm going to have it like halfway up or 3/4 up, and then I'm going to do full on.
Oh, nice.
You know, like
like emergent.
Yeah, nice. The humidity is good in here, and that is good.
Yeah, very nice. This is really interesting. Very kind of red themed tank with some Malawi cichlids in here. Very interesting use of the red plants and the whole kind of red vibe. Did you say this was based on Game of Thrones, this one?
Yeah, I was trying to do like the Iron Throne. That piece of wood was upright.
Okay.
But it was way too high. Like when I put it in, it was like coming up there, so you couldn't even see the whole thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just went for that red vibe, red plants. Toned the Chihiros to a little bit more red.
And you find the plants growing really well just with the red. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really
I'm going to change it out soon though, because the fish are getting a lot bigger now. I've been feeding them lots, and I'm going to do something different so they've got more space.
Nice. Beautiful jungle style with some puffers. Ah, is that South American puffers? Yeah, of course. And then the other one, the other side is the Congo.
This is South America, the other side is
okay.
Congo.
Very nice. And I did get some footage of feeding the other puffers, so I'll leave that in a minute. Yeah, absolutely. Lovely. Really nice. Look, you've got a little rack here. Oh, this is cool. Got some...
Just a plant growing tank.
Plant growing tank. Oh, this is you using... Chunks. Got to get some footage of Chunks. We need to get a thumbnail of you and Chunks, I reckon.
So the tank is ugly because I'm not wasting time on it at the moment because it's all going to be changing soon because Chunks is going in the 8 foot.
Okay.
But the reason it started getting algae was because the Blue Acara was, doing their flirting mating ritual, just getting sand up, and all the nutrients came up.
Right.
So I kept doing all the water changes. Eventually, there's no nutrients left, which means the plants aren't growing, and that's what happens when your plants aren't growing. So the way around that is to dose it loads, but I don't want to waste a load of stuff on it because I know it's coming out.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's get a photo of you and Chunks together.
Oh, my phone's ringing. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Cheerio, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Cheerio.
Proper one.
Look at the lens, not me.
Okay.
I'm here with Matt Damon. Matt Damon Fish Tanks. What do you think of the microphone?
There's some quality, ancient technology here.
These are awful. Definitely going to get.
But I've got, so see this little button on George. This is his full microphone set up for me. And chest shot.
Cheeky.
And now he's making me use this contraption with wires and hello Crocs.
Oh, you've got nice Crocs on, haven't you?
Yeah, I love Crocs in here. Squidgy.
They're good, that's cool and stylish.
My wife's like, you are not wearing them out. I'm like,
yes, yeah, I am.
Oh, I've got the mic. I've got to hold the mic.
You've got to hold it, yeah.
You can't go too far from you either.
No.
What are you doing?
An umbilical cord.
Was we upside down? Were we on Australia?
Truth, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Okay, let's start the vlog.